In the vast, blocky expanse of the Robloxian realm, where towering stud mountains scraped the pixelated sky, and the rivers of shimmering lava flowed beside streams of crystal-clear water, lay a village known as Oriton. Its inhabitants, industrious and cheerful, spent their days mining for glimmering gems and rare metals, their pickaxes ringing out a rhythmic melody across the landscape. But even in this bustling, vibrant community, there existed a shadow, a place whispered about only in hushed tones after the sun dipped below the horizon. Creeper Canyon. Legends painted Creeper Canyon as a place of dread, a narrow, winding chasm carved into the earth, where the very air seemed to hum with an unsettling energy. Miners who ventured too close reported strange, skittering sounds echoing off the jagged, dark purple rock faces. Tools, left unattended for mere moments, would mysteriously vanish. The most chilling tales spoke of invisible creepers, unseen entities that would brush past explorers, leaving a trail of goosebumps and a profound sense of unease. No one had ever seen these creepers, yet their presence was felt, a cold, unyielding mystery that kept Oriton's bravest adventurers at bay. Amidst this cautious population lived Blocky McMiner, a young explorer with a heart full of courage and a mind overflowing with insatiable curiosity. Unlike the others, Blocky wasn't content to merely accept the legends of Creeper Canyon. He longed to peel back the layers of fear and uncover the truth that lay beneath. His blocky hands, callous from countless hours of mining, gripped his trusty glimmering drill pick, its enchanted tip sparkling with an inner light. This was no ordinary tool. It was an heirloom, passed down through generations of McMiners, imbued with a touch of magic that made it exceptionally strong and keen. Blocky often thought of it as a silent companion, a partner in his daring quests. One crisp morning, as the twin suns of the Robloxian world began their ascent, painting the sky in vibrant hues of orange and pink, Blocky made his decision. He gathered his gear, a sturdy, reinforced mining helmet with a powerful, multi-directional headlamp, a satchel filled with nutrient-rich energy blocks, and a coil of indestructible climbing rope. A wave of nervous excitement washed over him. Today, he would challenge the Whispers. Today, he would enter Creeper Canyon. The journey to the canyon's mouth was shorter than he expected, yet each step felt heavy with anticipation. The landscape gradually shifted, the vibrant greens and yellows of Oriton giving way to a muted palette of deep purples, grays, and sparse, spiky foliage. A chill wind, unlike any he had felt before, snaked through the air, carrying with it an almost imperceptible hum. Blocky pulled the collar of his blocky tunic tighter, his resolve hardening with every gust. As he finally stood at the precipice of Creeper Canyon, a dramatic fissure in the earth, the true scale of its foreboding reputation became clear. The wall soared hundreds of studs high, casting perpetual shadows below. Strange, luminescent moss clung to the rock faces, pulsating with a faint, eerie glow. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth, and something else. Something metallic and undefinable. He flicked on his headlamp, its powerful beam cutting through the gloom, pushing back the encroaching shadows. He began his descent, carefully picking his way over loose rocks and treacherous ledges. The silence, initially profound, was soon broken by subtle sounds. A faint, skitter-scratch echoed from deeper within the canyon, too quick, too soft to place. Then, a distinct thump, as if something heavy had shifted just out of sight. Blocky paused, his glimmering drill pick held aloft, listening intently. His heart hammered a quick rhythm against his chest, but his blocky face remained determined. He reminded himself of his purpose, not to flee, but to understand. He continued, his footsteps crunching softly on the coarse gravel. Suddenly, the ground beneath his feet seemed to vibrate. a low thrumming that sent a shiver up his spine. He spun around, his headlamp sweeping across the canyon walls. But there was nothing. No visible creature, no falling rocks. Just the same ancient, unyielding stone. A low, almost musical giggle seemed to drift on the wind, bouncing off the canyon walls, making it impossible to pinpoint its source. It wasn't menacing, but utterly perplexing. His curiosity overriding his apprehension, Blocky decided to set up a small experiment. He carefully placed a handful of his most prized, newly mined glimmerstone ore, sparkling with internal light, on a flat rock. He then retreated a short distance, hiding behind a large boulder, his helmet light dimmed. Watching, moments stretched into an eternity. Then, an almost imperceptible shift in the light around the ore. It seemed to shimmer, distort for a fraction of a second, and then it was gone. The glimmerstone had vanished. He rushed forward, inspecting the spot. No footprints, no disturbed dust, just an empty rock. This was truly baffling. He spent hours exploring, each turn of the canyon revealing more of its peculiar nature. He noticed small, oddly shaped depressions on the canyon floor, almost like tiny, multifaceted footprints. He also observed peculiar disturbances in the glowing moss on the walls, as if something had recently brushed against it, leaving faint, shimmering trails. These weren't the signs of large, monstrous creatures, but something much smaller, much lighter. The invisible creepers weren't stomping. They were scuttling. A thought sparked in Blocky's mind, bright as a freshly polished gem. The sounds, the disappearing items, the subtle disturbances. What if the creepers weren't invisible because they were cloaked in darkness or magic, but because they were translucent? He remembered tales of rare, almost transparent creatures dwelling in the deepest, most untouched parts of the Robloxian realm. He adjusted his headlamp to a softer, broader beam, hoping to catch a flicker of reflected light. With a surge of determination, Blocky squeezed through the tight opening. He emerged into a breathtaking subterranean grotto. The cave ceiling was studded with clusters of glowing crystals, casting a soft, ethereal light. And there, darting between the crystal formations, scuttling over mounds of glittering ore, were dozens, perhaps hundreds, of small, multi-legged creatures. They were indeed translucent. Their blocky bodies were composed of a shimmering, semi-transparent material, allowing the light to pass right through them. Their eyes, though, glowed with an iridescent light, like tiny, contained nebulae. They looked like miniature, playful armadillos made of pure light. These were the invisible creepers. They weren't malevolent. They were simply shy, naturally camouflaged creatures, curious about the shiny objects miners left behind. Their creeping sounds were just the noises of their many tiny legs, scuttling across the rough surfaces of the canyon. Blocky watched, mesmerized, as one of the creatures nudged a stray mining pickaxe with its nose, its translucent body almost merging with the rock beneath it. It then scampered off, joining a group of its kin who were playfully batting at a small pile of lost tools and glinting ores, including his very own glimmerstone from earlier. They weren't stealing them maliciously, they were collecting them, adding them to their sparkling hoard like playful magpies. A wave of profound relief washed over Blocky, replaced swiftly by a joyous sense of triumph. He had solved the mystery. He had peeled back the layers of fear and found only wonder. He carefully, gently, approached the pile of collected items. The translucent creatures paused, their glowing eyes fixed on him. But they showed no fear, only a touch of curiosity. He retrieved the lost tools, careful not to disturb the playful creatures. Before he left, he selected a few of his most brightly colored energy blocks, placing them carefully on the ground as a gesture of friendship. A small offering for the fascinating residents of Creeper Canyon. Returning to Oriton, Blocky was met with a mix of awe and skepticism. He told his tale, describing the shimmering grotto and the translucent creatures, no longer invisible, but revealed as wondrous beings. The villagers, initially disbelieving, were eventually swayed by the fervor in his voice and the undeniable clarity of his account. Creeper Canyon was no longer a place of dread. It became a place of wonder, a testament to the hidden marvels that lay undiscovered, if only one possessed the courage to look beyond fear. Blocky McMiner's adventure taught everyone in Oriton a powerful lesson. Sometimes the most frightening mysteries are simply misunderstandings waiting to be unraveled. With a brave heart, an open mind, and a healthy dose of curiosity, even the most daunting shadows can reveal surprising beauty. The true treasure, Blocky often thought, wasn't just the gems he mined, but the knowledge and wonder he unearthed in the most unexpected places. And in the vast, blocky world of Roblox, countless more secrets awaited those brave enough to seek them out.